Yo, it's the Stupidly Small Podcast. It's Thursday, 19th of May 2016. Hello, Lauren Clark.
Hello, Stuart Farrell.
Good to be back this payday Thursday.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
She says as though she gets paid. Stu, I have an amazing revelation that... an amazing thing has happened to me that has changed, like, everything for me. And I suspect everybody else knows this.
You
and
bought
I
some
just
proper washing powder.
No. Stuart, really? I use washing, just so everybody knows, because people do tend to believe people when they say things. Although I don't think everybody believes you because you are a completely ridiculous human being when it comes to things like this. But I use proper washing powder. End of story.
Made by fairies.
No. Anyway, you're the worst.
Yeah.
So, here is the following happened to me, right? I went into the city, and this was this is one of those ones that I was going to tell you, but then you didn't come in, you didn't show up for the first couple of days.
So I don't remember this story as much as I could.
Hey, shut up! I don't know exactly what day it was, but went into the city because I had to go at a doctor's appointment. There were 47 of us in the car. We had to get out. We had to get back in. We had to we had to be super organised about it, right? It was a kind of mission to get it. So we're in one of those 2-hour parks. So this is hyper local for people, but it doesn't even matter. But just so you can imagine, 2-hour parks outside JB and Lonsdale Street, right?
Right.
All right. So got to pay, right? There are now 200 or 300 ways to pay.
Yes.
You can pay with change. You can pay with, I don't think in these ones you can pay with a card, although maybe you can, but you can also pay with the Payway,
I can never work that out.
whatever those things are, the apps, right? So I go to pay with that because that's how I usually pay with things. I get out of the car. The guy who's doing the booking is coming past and he sees me and I'm getting out of the car. At this stage, half of the people in the car have fled. It's me and a baby.
Right.
And we're getting out of the boot, and that's like a 4-act play, basically, getting out of a car with a child. So I'm doing this, and the guy comes by, and I say to him, "Hi, excuse me, do you know how to work the app?" Because the app wasn't working for me, right?
Right.
And so I'm like, but I didn't have any change. So I said, "Do you know how to work the app?" And he goes, "No," in a grumpy, don't talk to me kind of way. And I go, but no, not super, not really rude, but just like, no, shut it down, moving on, right?
Doesn't have a personality.
Well, he was trying not to have one because he's a parking guy, right? But I made sure that he had one by going, hey, cracking some joke about something. And then he was like, do you need a hand with that? So he helped me. He helped me get the baby backpack thing onto my shoulder. Like, the guy actually physically, came into my world, right?
Really?
So... And I say, thank you. In the meantime,
touch your baby?
I am texting, no, in the meantime, I am texting my partner who is inside the doctor with the other kid who's right, whatever. Anyway, and I'm saying, hey, the app's not working. I'm here with the parking guy. Can you put the details into the app? Because all you need is your own rego and the number that's on the thing, right? So text him the number. He goes, bup. I go, text me when you're done so that I can walk away from the car, right?
Yeah.
He texts me. Done. Okay, good. I walk away. It is 11:06.
Yes.
Okay. I walk away. I say to the guy, thanks. He goes, no worries. See you later. So he couldn't have... So he knows that I've got the app. He knows that I've used the app. He knows what time I arrived. Everything's fine. I set an alarm, by saying, hey, Siri, tell me when it's like 10 minutes before the time's up, right? And I go on my merry way. Do the thing, do some other things, come back. Look at this, Stu Farrell. What's that?
Parking fine.
Parking fine.
You'll be guilty. For what?
So, and it says here, notice number blah, offence, parked, fail to pay fee and obey instructions on sign/meter/ticket, etc. Road rule number 207, blah, 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 blah. Meter expired. It says offence time, 11:04 a.m.
Right.
Actually, when I said 11:06, I meant 11:04, right?
Right.
Exactly the time that I got the ticket. So he must have been physically giving me the ticket while I was standing in front of him and he's helping me put a baby on my back. Like, none of it makes any sense, right?
Right. But you've got the thing, so it's fine.
So I'm like, fine. So I get the jackpot, and I say, hey, tell me when it said. And he said, yeah, it says in the app 11:04 and 16 seconds.
Right.
And I'm like, you're kidding. This is unreasonable. And so I said, I'm going to write them a letter. And the jackpot goes, ring them up.
Yeah.
Like, this is just weird, right? So I ring them up. And I say to the woman, hey, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, she gives me about 100 different. She's like, well, maybe it was this, maybe this. And she said, no, our things are very accurate. And I thought, well, that can't be, unless like time travel exists, which you can argue, but good luck. But other than that, there is really no, like, how can you explain the fact that the guy was, and she goes, oh, hang on a second. Read me the rego number. And I said, well, my rego number is blah, blah. She said, no. Read me the rego number.
Mm-hmm.
See that rego number there? That's not my rego number.
Oh, okay. So someone stuck their thing on your thing.
So what people do is they get a fine and they stick it on other people's windows.
Yeah, totally.
And other people pay them. And she said it happens all the time.
Yeah, right.
All the time. She said, always check the rego. This has been a community service announcement. Always check the rego. She said, I said, well, how do you, like, what do you, she said, it doesn't matter who pays a fine.
Oh, that's right. Well, that could possibly be. That's,
a low act.
You know some low people because Stephen from next door has been stealing your mail.
Zach, and no, he hasn't. Yeah.
And this, I think, is worse because everyone hates a parking fine, right? A parking fine
is not the lowest form of load? Like, that is just, if I saw somebody do
there's one probably step lower with the fines. That's when you make the fake parking slips and then get people to pay you money into your bank account.
Oh, who does that?
That was
really
a common
lab.
scam at some point.
That's a lab.
It's a bit harder now with computers.
But this jerk's going to get a reminder notice now.
Well, with costs added on.
But if I hadn't paid it, I mean, that's extraordinary.
Mm.
What a pig. And I vaguely, in my vaguest memory of law, remember that that's theft. Because that's misappropriating, like, that's actually moving money from taking money from me. It's taking money from me directly.
Well, why don't you call the cops? They'll say, get stuffed.
Oh, that's a good point. Call the cops. I can escalate this bad boy.
Yeah, but how are you going to prove that they... Because someone it was just kids.
Yeah.
But you should maybe say, look, my friend, this is his registration and I need to drop something off at his house.
Yeah.
Can you give me his address? And then you put a fish in his back seat or something.
That is so, I don't know. And then you start doing things like, I was wondering which car it was and who, because they would have had to be, because it's 11:04 and I was there at 11:04:16. They must have seen me.
No, they're scum.
Scum.
But that's what people are. Not all people. These sort of people.
This is scandalously scummage.
Well, do you look at it as though it's actually quite ingenious? And it plays on people
I guess.
Not being...
Scrupulous.
Yeah. You need to be scroops.
Got to be scroops, man, particularly when it comes to stuff like that. And I would not even think to check that.
No, I've thought about that before. Not doing it. But
so have you heard of it being done?
Yes, I have.
Right.
Yeah. But
God,
I'd love to catch the person doing it.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Oh,
you tie them to your back of your car.
I would love you to catch the person doing it to my car. You'd tie them, would you? You'd tie them to the back.
You'd want to, wouldn't you? And so we're going for a drive up Lonsdale Street.
That's it.
Stupid.
A little bit ill-prepared for that one.
Well, I wasn't looking.
It wasn't your fault. It was me. Anyway, hi. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
No.
Stuart.
What?
What's in your phone today?
Well, it's just a quick little article I wanted to point out that I was reading on Crikey, I think it was, the other day, yes. And it's just a little story about a father and the sort of little journey they've had with his son, who's in a band called King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
And how, the kid just went from bashing on pots and pans and through to playing a sold-out show this week at the Bowery Ballroom.
So it's like a feature on him.
No, it's just a tiny little thing. Just, it was just nice. It just tells the story of them living in Darwin, and the kid showing a bit of interest in music, and as he got older and older, he was more interested in music. He studied it, and it looked like that's what he was going to do. To this point in time, where he and his wife found himself in the Bowery Ballroom balcony, watching their son playing to a sold-out crowd in New York City.
Oh.
So we should post that up, Lauren Clark,
That's nice.
because it's actually very short.
Yes.
Or should we just say people can go find it themselves? It's that incessant noise, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard from Darwin to the Billboard charts.
I'll try and remember to
I
post
think
it.
they're currently sitting second on the Billboard vinyl charts,
Oh,
which is
really?
amazing.
I did not know that.
Good luck to
Okay.
those guys. Now, Lauren Clark,
Yes.
if they'd like to contact us to thank us, where would they find us?
Stupidly Big Stu. StupidlyBig.com. Stupidly Big on Facebook. Stupidly Big on Twitter. Stupidly Small and or Big at the Apple iTunes shop.
Shopper.
Please do go along like our recent friends have and say nice things like hello and tell us about how you listen, why you listen, and when you listen. And
Did you get back to the lovely listener that sent us an email asking if we'd like to stay in their house?
I did, but you
did you?
didn't.
Thank
I know,
God.
I know. God, look at you. Look how stressed out you
Thank
were. that
you.
I'm-
Thank you to both of
Thank
you.
you.
Jen
No,
and Lauren.
honestly, that is so nice. And we lots of people have been getting in touch with us about things. We still didn't do feedback Friday for last week. That was what we were supposed to do on Monday.
But that wasn't here.
I know.
So we'll do, it's going to be,
No, we can't we got to have a moratorium on feedback Friday. Although, do you know what? I just did want to say one other thing.
yeah.
Apparently, Hard Rubbish is not called Hard Rubbish in WA. So we did a whole thing about hard rubbish, and some
Called
of our
Christmas.
AA listeners wrote to us and said it's called, I don't know, something else. But it was
Okay.
quite good. They were quite good names, whatever they were.
Great
You know,
research.
In fact, everybody, if you are not living in Melbourne and you live around the world, which I know lots of you do, and hard rubbish, the thing where you throw out stuff like, bits of a chair and sink
Is
and
this
stuff.
stupidly bins by stealth?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It totally is. Tell us what that's called, because I bet it's called a million different things. I bet you the Kiwis have got a good name for that.
Had read this.
Oh wow, that was really bad. That made you look like more of an idiot than any Kiwi could ever. Hey Stu Farrell,
Lozzie,
you're an idiot, but I love you. Will I see you tomorrow?
back for Friday. We're not doing feedback though, right? We'll do a bumper feedback on Monday.
No, we won't. Don't promise things.
No,
like
I'm gonna
that.
promise
No,
it.
no, you're not.
I
You're not.
promise.
He's not. He's not promising
And
that.
a poem.
I don't know who we. Yeah.
It's true.
We will not remember anything after the weekend, but hopefully you have a lovely one too. But it's not that time for that yet.
No.
See you tomorrow, Stu.
See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.